Hi all, this is SilverFoxXX here, and today we are going over a control scheme that will take you from an average, being an average player, to being an outstanding player. To use this system, you will require likes of a Microsoft Elite Pad or similar controller, which is programmable and also has the back paddles in play. I have spent many months tuning this control system. The advantage that normal gamers have against the pros is that they can't change their control system because they've been using the same system for years. It's all muscle memory, so they can't really change. If you've only been playing this for a while, or you're not getting any better, you're not getting any worse, then it's definitely worth trying out this control. What this control system does is make it very easy to do things like slide cancel, slide, turn jump, pigeon pistol, you name it, all the good stuff. Drop shots, all the controls are there. They're very easy to get a hold of, and the added bonus is that you very rarely need to take your thumbs off the stick to do anything else. So you can keep a good grip on the controller at all times. First of all, we'll go through the setup for the in-game controls. That will be through the pad controls themselves, and then we'll do the same with the Cold War in-game controls. Afterwards, we'll talk you through some of it, and then we'll have some demos of it in action. Give it a go, play some bot matches, and let me know how you get on in the comments below. So, first of all, let's get into the game proper. Let's boot up the game and go into the control system. Okay, so let's set up a very nice inverse curve on the controller. So this is the settings we're going to use. This will make it nice and smooth all the time for you. Horizontal stick sensitivity 10, vertical stick sensitivity 2, that's to help with your targeting, very small adjustments. Keeps things nice and smooth, keeps things nice and tight, gets your gripping a lot better as well. ADS stick sensitivity at 1.2, does seem high, but don't worry, we'll offset it later. ADS stick sensitivity high zoom at 0.7 for all you snipers out there. Button layout has to be tactical. This whole build is based around the tactical control system. The next big setting to change is the response curve type. We're going to put that to dynamic, and that will help us get a little bit more precision when using the sticks. Controller vibration disabled, that should always be disabled. It loosens your grip on the controller. You do not want that at any point in game. Target aim assist is on enabled. Target aim assist mode is on precision. Put it on precision. Even if you don't use precision, it does factor in on what we're trying to do today. ADS aim boost enabled. Airborne mantle behavior automatic. Aim down sight behavior is hold. Steady aim behavior is also hold. Stick layout default. Left stick minimum input threshold we're going to put to 20. 99 for left stick input. Right stick is 21. Right stick is 100. Auto move forward, we want to disable that because we'll have full control. Sprint is hold. Sprint cancels reload is disabled. Parachute auto deploy disabled. That's up to yourself, that one. Equipment behavior hold. Tap to reload. Probably worth using this one just until you get used to the control system, and then you can change it back at any point. Okay, now go into your PC's dashboard and boot up the peripherals settings through Xbox accessories. This is a very important step, this one. This is going to work in conjunction with the Cold War settings that we just Okay, let's map the controls. So let's edit. First thing we're going to do is go down to map 2, not the first one, map 2, the second one down. We're going to hold down the paddle at the back left of the controller, and we're going to click the L stick. Next, map 2 again. Hold down the right paddle this time at the back of the controller, and click the right stick. Next up, go down to map 2. Hold in the left stick click button and press it to A. So press it. Okay, your controller should look like this at the moment. Ignore the triggers, we haven't done those yet. The right stick hasn't been assigned yet. Stay tuned to after this video and I'll show you something else you can do with it. Don't use it for reload, it's too fiddly. Now, down at the base of the pad, at the back, your left paddle should be the left stick click in. Your right paddle should be the right stick click in. Your left stick should be the A button. And that right stick, like I say, should be empty. I've got it on profile 1. You can put it on profile 2 if you want. Into left stick settings, this is where we make the inverse curve. So we are going to change the setting to smooth, and we're going to put the curve adjustment basically to the left hand side, and that will give us a little bit of elasticity. And the same with the right stick, change that to smooth also, and change the curve to the left. As you can see, the further out we get, the less severe the pull is on the stick, meaning you get a nice smooth transition and it doesn't immediately swing left or right. There are various different sort of options you can pick. Aggressive is too quick, far too quick for this game. It just basically moves straight away, which is great for moving but not for targeting. Delayed is too slow. Very good if you do have an issue where you're always mashing the controller and moving the lever left and right, but smooth seems to be the best one at the moment anyway. We can use the smooth setting on this, and we can also use the settings that we actually inputted already to get a nice smooth movement. Now, the left and right triggers, by default, they are on 0 at the top and 99, I think, underneath, 98, 99 normally. Now, if I press the button at the moment, any of those triggers, see those red circles? That's when it actually tells the computer that you've got a hit. So you don't want this circle appearing all over the trigger, because it means that you're going to get a different response each time. So by turning these to 0, now every time we press the trigger, we instantly get that circle, that hit, and that's exactly what we want. And that makes a difference in milliseconds, and in COD, milliseconds are what it's all about. The vibration, turn them all down to 0. You will notice that when you go to charge your pad, if it's rechargeable, that it doesn't have the rumble anymore. So just make sure that connector's in nice and tight when you go to charge. Brightness, I would take that down a little bit just to save the battery. It's negligible though, but yeah, that seems to be the Congrats, you've now programmed an inverse curve using both sets of settings, and your snap to target, your groupings for bullets, and also your basically trying to counter recoil will be a lot better. If you have a high recoil gun, just pull that right stick down as you fire and you will see the difference. The right stick click button I actually use for my multi-zoom on like the SUSAT, etc. You can use it for other things, but I've tried, grenades, I've tried reloads, and it's just too fiddly. Occasionally you will hit it, and it is very, very annoying when you're on a kill and it goes into reload. So I would use maybe zoom. It is also good practice to type in game mode in your lower left search bar for Windows and look for the graphic settings and turn on GPU scheduling. It basically means when a game's running, everything that it can, Windows will move towards bias in the game, basically give the game priority over everything else, and you really want that. So, jump into some matches, do some bot matches first, mess around with the slide. Basically, the right trigger will be your shooting as usual, and your left will be your targeting. Your back left paddle, the left paddle on the back of the pad, will be to sprint. So as soon as you hold that down and press the left stick forward, you will start to sprint. To slide, you'll press the right paddle at the back. So again, left paddle to run, right paddle to slide, which makes it very, very easy. Don't have to click anything in, it's all done for you. To actually jump, you click in the left stick. So clicking the left stick will make you jump. And there are quite a few changes in the buttons as well. On the screen at the moment are some drop shots, both sighted and unsighted. Sighted ones, hold down both triggers and press the right paddle in. And you can not press the left trigger and do unsighted ones. This is an example of pigeon pistoling, which is basically run up to someone, press the right trigger and the right back paddle as quickly as you can, and you do what you're doing now, which is bob up and down. Makes it very hard for snipers to hit you, and also shotgunners as well, and people that just go for the headshot. So always worth doing that if you're on pistol. Very, very easy to do. Just like I say, press the trigger and the back paddle on the right hand side. Again, you can do sighted ones, which is hold the left trigger and press the right trigger and the right paddle. King in action. This is exactly what we want. Nice small adjustments. You're not swinging past the target and then having to swing back again, by which time you've been headshotted. So it's all about getting that target on. Your frame rate might not be too great on your PC because of hardware issues, processor, graphics card. It might be smooth sometimes. You might go into an area which is quite tight. For some reason, Call of Duty doesn't like small areas. It's quite happy to render large areas. As you can see here, a lot of blurry sort of pixels. The frame rate drops a little bit, and still manage to get the shot off because of the nice smooth curve that we've made between the game and the computer. Basically, if the game's struggling, the actual Microsoft program that we messed around with on the desktop is also working in the background. So if the game's struggling, that's okay, because the processor can then, it's got a backup basically. And between the two of them, you get a nice smoother curve anyway. And it's easy to get those shots on target. If you have those massive sticks that looks like the necks of giraffes on your controller, get rid of them. You want the flattest sticks that you can get without hurting your thumbs. All larger sticks tend to do is loosen your grip on the rest of the controller, which you don't want, and they also hurt your thumbs after a while as well, and they put a lot of stress on the thumb. The only people that should be using higher sticks should be people with really large thumbs that would otherwise find it uncomfortable to use the shorter ones. So yeah, I would suggest if you have those interchangeable sticks or custom sticks, change them back, get the default ones on there, and give that a go. You want a really, really good hold of the pad. You've turned off the vibration, you've done all the tuning, you don't want anything else to mess it up. For those who like to slide, cancel, jump, snipe, that type of thing, give it a try in some bot matches. A lot easier. You always have a really good grip on the controller, which is what you want. You're not holding on to the controller for dear life, like Tom Cruise does on the side of that airliner in Mission Impossible. So you should feel a difference after playing the game. You shouldn't have that sort of tightness in your hands, cramp, that type of thing. And that's what you want, especially when you're playing, tournaments, that type of thing. You want to have nice, relaxed fingers at all times. You're not holding on to the pad for dear life. You can easily move things around. You find you will have a lighter touch anyway on the sticks, because we have jump mapped to the left stick. And like I say, I would actually map probably the multi-zoom for some of the scopes onto the right stick, so that if you click the left stick you jump, if you click the right stick you will change your magnification. Having something on those sticks means that you won't just accidentally click them in the heat of battle, and you will get used to that, and it means you'll keep an even grip all the way around the pad. If you can also, it's always worth getting the Dolby Atmos if your headphones support 5.1, 7.1. It does make a huge difference when you hear folk round the corner. You probably play a few games and wonder why people know that you're coming round the corner. You think they can see through walls. You think they're wall hacking. They probably aren't. They probably are just using a good headset with 5.1 or 7.1 with Dolby Atmos. because it does really let you pinpoint, where somebody's coming around a corner or walking above you, below you, left or right, and it makes an absolute huge difference in the game. I mean, I find that since I've actually installed it, it's made a huge difference on me actually being able to work out, if someone's coming around the corner and when to fire. At the start it was just a case of they would come around the corner, I would shoot, but now I'm actually firing before before their nose comes out of the corner. I've started firing and they don't have a chance to retaliate, and that's exactly what you want in this game. Play some bot matches. Start off with the lowest level ones, and then work your way up. Do some sliding, jumping, slide turns, slide cancels, jump snipes. Do some pigeon pistoling, do some sniping, do some sight tracking. Try a bit of everything on those games. Bump up the levels as you go until you get to veteran, and once you can get probably 15 streaks against the veteran bots, then jump onto multiplayer, play a few nuke towns or something similar like that, and see how you go. If you think it's needing any changes to the control system, or you're having an issue with something, please drop me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Facebook and Instagram coming soon, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye now.